What's going on, Socialites, and welcome to the finals of our Sword and Shield Little Cup tournament hosted by Juan and MirandaBrosGaming, and we have Juan himself taking on his brother Yuyo. Little family affair here. Yuyo leading off with Ponyta. Very aggressive lead. And a good lead here as Juan leads off with Grookey. Seems like a real easy flame charge here from Ponyta. That's what they want to go for. Juan does have multiple Pokemon they can switch in here, such as Tyrant or Slowpoke. Thinking about what he wants to switch in here. Gonna go for the Slowpoke, a very good switch in here. Ponyta does have a Wild Charge though. Ponyta going for the Flare Blitz, so it was going for the kill here. It's a little bit chipped onto Slowpoke. Ooh, and gets a burn too. That'll help cancel out the grassy terrain recovery. Now again, Ponyta does have the Wild Charge it can go for here. Ooh, and that's what they go for. How much will this do to the Slowpoke? Not enough for the knockout. Ponyta getting a little bit more recoil. Slowpoke gets the Thunder Wave, so crippling the Ponyta here in the speed department. We have seen early in the tournament this Ponyta does run Flame Charge, so it can still get some boosts here with its speed. Slowpoke has to decide, does it want to switch out? Does have Regenerator, so it'll get back up to about 50% recovery. Brings in Tyrant. Another Wild Charge from Ponyta, not doing much, of course, to the Tyrant. Now, Tyrant does have an opportunity here to set up with the Dragon Dance. Looks like that is what they're going for. Ooh, Ponyta is staying in. That's interesting. Ponyta, I do believe, has the high horsepower. And that's what it goes for. How much damage is this going to do? Big damage, almost taking out Tyrant. Tyrant now can go for the Rock Blast. Oh, but a big miss and no paralysis from Ponyta. Gets the knockout on Tyrant. A huge miss there on the Rock Blast. Down goes Tyrant. That Tyrant was ready to do some damage after the D-Dance. And this Ponyta, despite being paralyzed, has done quite a bit of damage here, taking out Tyrant and weakening the Slowpoke plus the burn. Ooh, interesting. Bring in Magby. Does he really want to try and go for the belly drum here? This is really risky, because if Ponyta hits another high horsepower, Magby is not living this. Going for the Mach Punch. Not going to do that much to Ponyta. And Ponyta with the high horsepower, but Magby dodges this one. So a little bit of justice for the Rock Blast miss. Magby realizes this probably wasn't the best idea. He has the Bunnelby with the Earthquake that he could have brought in. Gonna go back into Slowpoke again. This Ponyta doing so much damage. Ooh, does get the switch though. Into Staryu. That Ponyta was causing a lot of problems though for Juan. So now we got 2 water types out. Slowpoke can just keep spreading paralysis. Staryu though with a Thunderbolt. Not enough to get the knockout. But Jujo's keeping Slowpoke low. But it's spraying that paralysis. It's playing the long game. Maybe see Grookey come back in here. Grookey coming back in, gonna get the grassy terrain back up. Staryu paralyzed. Probably going for another Thunderbolt though. Grookey's in, it can start hitting the Grassy Glide here. See if Staryu makes the switch out. I don't think Ponyta is necessarily something that you want to switch into Grookey. But I don't know how you'll do with a Grassy Glide followed up by like a knockoff. Here's the Grassy Glide. Still doing some nice damage. Ooh, but we do see the Berry Juice, so that's going to give Ponyta back the HP it needs. Alright, so Ponyta's back in this. Now, Grookey might switch out here, so does Jujo want to call the switch? And go for, say, like a high horsepower here? Ooh, the paralysis though, so we're not sure exactly what he was going to go for. This Ponyta was not getting paralyzed for the first several turns, so unfortunately it is due. Will Juan cheese another game? If you remember his semifinals match, he got like 8 out of 11 turns paralysis. Wait, he's going to switch out again. That's interesting. He keeps bringing Magby in, but then switching it out. Brings Bunnelby in this time. Ooh, Ponyta paralyzed again. So yes, the paralysis is starting to catch up here. We know Jujo has the Wingull on his team. This could be a good opportunity to switch that in. Earthquake is weakened by the grassy terrain. He does switch out Ponyta. And goes into Krogunk. Oh, still gonna do some significant damage to Krogunk here, despite being weakened in the grassy terrain. You do see it does a little over 50. Grassy terrain goes away this time. Bunnelby might be able to get the knockout with a quick attack. Maybe. Maybe not. Krogunk does have the Vacuum Wave, but with Eviolite, I think Bunnelby will survive the one Vacuum Wave. So it can go for either the Strength or just keep clicking the Earthquake. I'm going to click the Earthquake again. Here's the Vacuum Wave. How much will this do to Bunnelby? Yeah, Bun will be able to take that pretty nicely, and we'll finish off Krogunk here with the Earthquake. So Juan gets his first knockout here. Good finals so far. Both teams playing around each other very well. The paralysis, though, I feel like that's gonna start rearing its head. We've seen it a couple times already on some switches. Jujo's Ponyta and Staryu both getting paralyzed. So we'll have to see if it comes up at any key turns. Staryu comes back out. And thanks to the natural cure here, Staryu is no longer paralyzed. Bumblebee gonna switch back out again. Going back into Grookey. Ooh, Staryu though, calling the switch. Doesn't go for the water move, but not doing much to Grookey anyway with the Thunderbolt. Probably should have gone for something like the, like a Psychic. Not sure what else the Staryu has other than Rapid Spin, Scald, and Thunderbolt. Grookey going again with the Grassy Glide. I'd probably prefer Knockoff, but we'll have to see. If Staryu stays in, then obviously Grassy Glide was the play. Nope, he's gonna switch out, so he's playing it safe. Brings out Wingull, though. Wingull's gonna take big damage here. Yeah, Wingull is not the switch-in. Gets just obliterated by that Grassy Glide. And now there's no Earthquake immunity, so once this grassy terrain goes, Funnelby can start clicking those Earthquakes for really big damage. Alright, we see Pharaoh Seed, who's really been MVP here for Jujo on his way to the finals. Gotta go for the knockoff, though. You want to get rid of these Eviolites. One of the things in Lil Cup, you want to get rid of the Eviolites where you can. Goes for the Giga Drain, which actually does like some decent damage in the grassy terrain. But with Drain Punch, Grookey is getting some of that HP back. Grookey gonna swap out. Goes into Magby. Alright, this is the spot where Magby is going to try and go for the sweep. Pharaoh Seed probably needs to stay in and try and get a Thunder Wave off here. Because if they let Magby belly drum up, it's basically done. No, they swap out Pharaoh Seed, so Magby's going to get this belly drum up, and we've seen what belly drum Magby can do in this tournament. Like, its speed stat is just insane. Staryu's in, it is at full health. But Magby will outspeed it and is just going to take it out with this Thunder Punch. Had to go for the Thunder Wave. I'm pretty sure we've seen the Ferrothorn have it. There's the knockout with the Thunder Punch. And really, this is what Juan was waiting for. Just this opportunity to get Magby in. Go for the belly drum. If Ponyta hadn't been paralyzed that one turn where Magby went for the Mach Punch, it probably would have gotten the KO with the high horsepower. But it was not to be again. Another Thunder Punch taking down Ponyta. That should just leave Ferroseed and the Galarian Ponyta left on Yuyo's team. Ferroseed's coming in. Huge sweep potential. You know, actually, this tournament is from like a couple months back. I've just been real slow on narrating these, but just a couple weeks ago, Magby was actually banned from Sword and Shield Little Cup, so this just shows why it had to be banned here. Look, Ponyta with the Mystical Fire, probably could have done something with a Psychic there. Not sure why it went for the Mystical Fire. Wasn't going to change the outcome, but just kind of like a, hey, I've lost, salty attack. But Juan, one of the hosts of MirandaBrosGaming, wins in a convincing fashion. Like, it was a really good finals. Just a couple key paralysis on some turns, and then not going for that Thunder Wave with the Ferroseed really cost them. But, as always, thanks for watching. Stay classy, society.